We took a decision which is to provide the iPads within what we call a trust environment. So rather than taking complete control of the iPads and trying to lock them down, we gave it a trust environment to the students to say, actually, you operate it as your device, no different than if I went down to a shop down the road and purchased an iPad. And we allow them to choose what apps they need for their learning, and we make recommendations. And then actually quite regularly within lessons, new apps pop up, specifically free ones, and the member of staff might say, oh, download this. As a new build, the IT package was to equip that it could take 600 students on iPads in the academy at once. One of the really important things was to enable the fact that students could control that themselves. So we issued them their own Wi-Fi codes. We have a discrete channel for the iPads. So it means we can control the bandwidth the students get. It allows it to be completely filtered and censored. So it means they can't get onto any sites we don't want them to use through our standard acceptable use policy, very similar in the Birmingham local authority filtering which we have. Students actually complete the updates themselves. They run it for their own device at home, then bring it into our environment, which works very effectively. And we manage the whole system via our trust environment, where we have zones around the academy for them to use their iPads. So we have red zones, predominantly in the eating areas where we want students to actually eat and talk to each other rather than listen to music and click away on iPads. But in a red zone, they obviously are not allowed to use a device, any device, or an iPad. In an amber zone, they may only use it as directed by the teacher. So it's often a learning environment. You may use your iPad to access these resources, this app, this website. And the same goes for the library. And then we have a green zone. So we use our college bases where students are able to go and do gaming and catch up on the football from the night before. And that's fantastic because it means you're never saying to a student, you can't do this on your iPad. You're saying you just can't do it in this zone. And the students respond to that. It's the maturity of that trust environment.
This is new to you. So for example, you've picked up, Apple's 20...
One of the things we've started to move into is the development of how we can share what the students are doing on the iPad very quickly and very easily with other students and other members of staff. So we've recently started to investigate the use of AirPlay and specifically the use of Apple TV. So it allows a student at a click of a button to share what they're working on with the rest of the group. We've got some of our rooms which we've put dual screens into. Students actually build themselves into that environment where they use their iPad as their second screen. So they'll often be pulling up their assignment or the exam questions on their iPad, but it allows that student to bring their information together very quickly and easy from multiple sources. One of the significant things is we have 4 printers in the entire building. And we only have 1 student printer. We are small, but you compare it to any other college or any other academy or school and you'd see that's an absolute significant difference. And that's because majority of information is sent via the iPads and shared via our network. We have several students which have specific learning needs or disability needs as well. And we found the iPads have really supported that. We have one student who really struggles actually to write for a considerable time, but is very adept actually at typing very lightly on the surface and uses that. He also uses the camera function, even down to just quickly snapping the information on the board, which saves the ability to write all that information out. The success of using iPads in the classroom predominantly come down to the actual success of your own existing practices in terms of behaviour management. How they can use apps to really facilitate and engage the learning is really important, and how they can actually extend and put greater depth to that learning as well, and we see that in the outcomes of the students through their results.
Birmingham eLearning Foundation is a charity, and if we can help you wherever you are, we can be reached at www.belf.org.uk.